and my tomorrows are right here, right now. It's what I waited for. Now I can say this is the best day of my life. Oh, 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 right now, I want to step back.
We are back. Hopefully these sounds have been fixed here, so if you can hear us, please let us know.
Give us the thumbs up. Let us know. So, all right.
For that here,
It is boys' time. UAL boys 4A, Region 1 and Region 2. Is that right here?
Yes. With us again, Steve, Rafa, Coach.
Let's go.
Pull this up here. All right. So in the bi-district round, Wichita Falls and Canyon West Plains.
I think Wichita Falls here.
Yeah, Wichita Falls. I mean, good year for West Plains. You know, first year program to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Wichita Falls has a history. Like I said, it was high school soccer, so they all advance.
And historically, out of Region 1 for 4A boys, 8 state champions have come out of this.
Nice.
The last one was San Elizario
Yeah.
back in 2019.
Next, El Paso Bowie, 16-6-1, 13-3. Lubbock, Escado, 8-9-3, 7-4-1.
Yeah. El Paso Bowie, pretty convincingly, I think. This is a very strong squad, very tough, very battle-tested District 1 4A.
Bowie.
Pampa and Mineral Wells.
Pampa.
Go with Pampa.
It's a good Pampa squad, man. It's a good Pampa squad.
Not sure what's going on with my mouse this time.
Freeze up on you? So Pampa Mineral Wells, who do you guys like?
Pampa.
Pampa. All right. And then next one we have Andrews and who was that here?
El Paso Urban.
Irvin.
Interesting.
I think El Paso Irvin, because
Yeah.
this is first year for Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Irvin, like I said, they've had some good teams in the past.
Yeah, they've had some quality, some surprising wins along the way. That same 1-4A district, yeah, Irvin.
River Oaks Castleberry, 19-2-2, 10-0, and Fort Worth Benbrook.
Are these the exact same squads meeting the girls?
Mm-hmm.
I think it
A
is,
lot
isn't
of them match up, yeah.
it? Yeah, the exact same.
Yeah,
Castleberry.
Castleberry.
Yeah.
Stephenville and Alvarado.
Stephenville.
It's gonna be close, but yeah, I think it's Stephenville.
Then Fort Worth Diamond Hills Jarvis, a Rafa special on the boys' side, and Lake Worth. I'm assuming Diamond Hill just because Lake Worth was in a district that.
Yeah.
It's always something.
We're gonna wrap by 5A.
Did it just give out? Did it just give out on you?
There it goes.
Kendall and Brownwood.
Kendall, home of Goldie's Barbecue.
Yeah, Kennedale.
Number 1, Texas Monthly.
Who was it?
Goldie's Barbecue.
Goldies?
Goldie's, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Do you want me to get the other one?
Might be a battery thing. Did it battery just give out on you?
San Angelo Lakeview, 20-0-1, 12-0, and El Paso Riverside.
This could be a tricky one.
Yeah, this is not your traditional Riverside though.
Yeah.
You know, they've had a tough year in 1-4A. And Lakeview's
Yeah.
you know, Granted, very different districts. So curious to see where this one is played.
This one's being played in Andrews.
Andrews, yeah, I would say. Oh, this was one of the ones that they listed, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go Lakeview.
Lakeview.
I'm gonna go Lakeview.
It'll be a close one, but Lakeview will pull it out.
Perryton and Burke Burnett.
Perryton.
This is a first year for Perryton. So I don't know. Burke Burnett could
Yeah, not a bad. I don't know. You think they can catch them? In,
Just
kind of in the
maybe-
lights and of the playoffs.
the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure.
because this is their first playoff game for them. But I'll lean with Perryton on this one.
San Eli and Midland Greenwood.
San Eli.
San Eli.
Wichita Falls, Hershey and Borger.
Hershey.
Waxahachie Life and Gatesville. Looks like Waxahachie Life won the district for both the boys and the girls.
Life.
Fort Worth Western Hills and Decatur.
Western Hills.
Wizard Hills.
Saladas and Venus.
Salado.
Salado.
Bridgeport and Fort Worth Carter Riverside.
Ooh,
Bridgeport.
interesting.
Yeah, Bridgeport.
They finished runner up with that record. That's interesting.
Jacksonville and Henderson.
Harry, was there more on the bottom or no?
No.
No,
No,
that should be.
That should be it. Okay, so now we're in Region 2.
Yeah, moving over to the
Gotcha.
bottom of the region too.
I think Jacksonville. It'll be a close competitive game.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paris and Bullard.
Paris.
Paris.
Center and Madisonville.
Center.
Lindale and Pittsburgh. I'm assuming Lindale by the record.
Yeah, Linden.
Sunnyvale and Frisco Panther Creek.
That's like a. That could be
It's one of those that's a little bit misleading, but I don't know.
first year for Panther Creek. I think the experience might catch up to them. Sunnyvale. I think they'll
It's
sweep
an
this
undefeated
one.
squad.
Yeah,
I think
they'll sweep.
Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
8 draws
So
doesn't.
Sunnyvale was
8 draws. I saw that.
regional quarterfinal.
Oak Cliff Faith Family and Dallas A plus.
Oak Cliff.
Cliff.
Gainesville and Kaufman.
Gainesville.
Gaines.
And North Dallas also did the double for both the boys and the girls.
Yeah. North Dallas.
Yeah.
Tyler Chapel Hill and Texarkana.
PG. I don't know. Yeah.
This is gonna be a tough one for
Say Chapel Hill.
Chapel Hill. It'll be-
Yeah. Some of these second 2 versus 3 seed matchups, man,
Yeah.
they're toss-ups.
Chapel Hill.
Kilgore and Dibble.
Kilgore.
Sulphur Springs and Athens.
That's another one right there.
Yeah, I mean, that Sulphur Springs is battle tested. You know, they've hosted their tournament as well, played a lot of good competition. They've played up a good bit. So those 8 losses total are a little misleading. Coach Upton's going to have them ready. I like Sulphur Springs.
Sulphur Springs.
I'm assuming we're all going with Palestine, although Gladewater has an impressive record for finishing 4th.
And I had them in the ranks.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a
you
while,
did,
but
yeah.
then they kind of hit a little slump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Palestine's just, I think they beat a team, 24?
Some things we just don't talk about here. Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I think Palestine's one of those on a mission.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Dallas Pinkston and Uplift Williams Prep.
Then Pinkston.
Kingston.
Salina and Mabic.
Salina.
Salina.
They also did the double as well.
Right. Want to use this mouse here?
Yeah.
You got another, Steve?
I could use my.
You're good.
Yeah.
All right, apologies, some minor, another little technical glitch here as our our master engineer Harry Austin gets up and running again. Is it on?
No, he was just using it. It's over.
There we go.
Ah, there you go.
Salina.
Salina.
And then Carrollton Ranch and Dallas Wilmer Hutchins.
Probably Ranchview.
Or Ranchville, Carrollton Ranchville.
Yeah,
And Nevada Community and Anna.
Nevada.
Community. Yeah, they were a regional finalist.
So coming back down in the area, Nevada Community or Carrollton Ranchview.
Community.
Nevada, yeah.
Salina and Dallas Pinkston.
Salina.
Palestine and Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, this one I would love to watch, just to see how it unfolds. But yeah, hard to go against Palestine. But if there's any possible early slip up with Palestine somehow, I think it would be here. But advantage Palestine.
Palestine.
And Kilgore and Tyler Chapel Hill.
Kilgore.
Kilgore.
North Dallas and Gainesville.
Or Dallas.
And Oak Cliff family and Sunnyvale.
I'm going to go Oak Cliff. Regional
Coach is
quarter.
disagreeing.
I think
Shaking his
Sunnyvale.
head.
I think Sunnyvale might have a little bit more.
I like Sunnyvale. Yeah.
Regional. So Oak Cliff was in the regional quarters. They lost to Salina 2-0.
Yeah.
How about Sunnyvale last year? How did they do?
So Sunnyvale, they didn't make it to the quarters. I'm not sure how far they went.
Those 8 ties on.
Yeah, I know. That's the one that's a little, yeah.
So yeah, maybe Oak Cliff. I think.
So to me, yeah, Oak Cliff's
think
been
Oak Cliff.
there. And for them to, give Salina a game 2-0, that's not a dominating win. So
So we're going Oak Cliff,
Oak Cliff.
Lindale and Center,
I think Lindale.
yeah.
and Paris and Jacksonville.
Good matchup here.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville pulls this one off. I think this is one of the bracket busters.
Oh, my apologies. So Sunnyvale did make the regional quarters last year.
I was about to say, that's why I was like,
My apologies.
we'd have to do it deep.
But those 8 ties, really, this can come into play as far as who those ties they were with,
Yeah.
you know.
I like Sunnyvale. I like Sunnyvale on that.
So if you could change that, Harry, to Sunnyvale.
So we're flip flopping again.
Yeah. Blame it on Rafa.
Actually, it was me.
All right.
And then Paris and Jacksonville.
I think
Biggest thing.
Jayville.
Yeah, I could probably be talked into either one on these.
I'm leaning towards Paris.
It's a good matchup.
But
Yeah, I like Paris. I like it. Yeah. You have to force me to make a decision. I like Paris.
Oh, so
yeah, switch it back.
Rafa got voted off the island.
All right, here we go.
So all you Jayville fans who are listening, I'm picking you guys. So
So back to Region 1.
Salado and Bridgeport.
So, Salado. I'm gonna go Salado. Yeah.
Waxahachie Life and Fort Worth Western Hills.
You got me on this one, man. You got me on this one.
Rafa, I know you like the Fort Worth schools.
this could be. They are in the same district with Diamond Hill.
Runner up?
Is that a tougher district in District 6? It depends on who Waxahachie's beaten. Well, those 3 losses would be kind of the key there, of who they lost to.
I think you want to go Western Hills. That's what it sounds like.
That's because they may be the one that,
So you look at 2 of their 3 district losses were against our guys, DHJ, right? So, yeah, I could see Western Hills.
Yeah, because I'm looking at them. They lost to Terrell and they lost to Sulphur Springs, which is Waxahachie Live. They lost 2-1 to Sulphur Springs.
Oh, okay,
And then they had a 0-0 tie, which they lost probably in penalty kicks to Alvarado.
Okay. So who you like here?
I think this might be the upset here. I think Western Hills is going to pull it off.
Okay.
San Eli and Hershey. Scott's
Give me the Eagles.
San Eli.
San Eli.
Yeah, Max Sappenfield will have them ready.
So how is San Eli so good for that year? Because both the boys and girls, and they've been consistently good.
Well, the girls have been playing catch up, right? The boys program,
Boys
we got
have-
multiple state titles. What Sanelli has figured out, though, too, is it's very much a culture thing, and it's across the board in multiple sports. They've won multiple, cross-country state titles as well. And they were one of those first programs to really look at the emphasis of their soccer athletes also running cross-country in particular, which is a big staple of a lot of programs in El Paso.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, the pick beforehand, Life in Western Hills, I think I'm going to change that. Because they actually did meet. Life Hills won 4-0, so I think Life Hills will win that one.
Life Hills or Life?
Waxahachie Life.
Waxahachie Life.
Yeah.
So going back
So
to
you're combining them here.
what we were talking about with San Eli, you're seeing that more when the boys program is stronger, then the girls kind of come up, and you're seeing,
Well,
where it's just
there's something that can be said about they've had quality coaches for a good while. They had on the boys' side, they've had Max Sappenfield there through all their state titles. He's established a culture, an understanding, a way, a mindset in which how they do things. And then on the girls' side, it started with they used to have Coach Obed Hernandez there, and he was the one that helped them take that first big leap. And then they've continued since then with their next coach. So they've had a lot of continuity on their coaching as well. So yeah, it's just. It's something in the water in that area, that far part of El Paso out there too, So
you see it with other schools too, like Salina is another one, for instance, that, the boys and girls program are, up there and compete very well. You're seeing in Bernie as well. So
yeah.
And then the top of the bracket, San Angelo, Lakeview, and Prairietown.
Lakeview.
Lakeview.
Yeah.
Kennedale and Fort Worth, Diamond Hill, Jarvis.
Diamond Hill.
yeah, Diamond.
River Oaks, Castleberry, and Stephenville.
Oh, look at this matchup.
This could be a.
I'm gonna go Castleberry. I'm gonna go Castleberry.
Yeah, Castleberry's 2 losses was a PKs against Brewer. And a loss to Oak Cliff Faith was also in the playoffs.
Who you
They did
picked to
tie
advance?
Salino 2-2 boys.
Castleberry?
Castleberry.
Yeah.
And
This was
they
the
have,
regional final
yeah.
last year. This was the
and they have quality wins. They have a 4-0 win over Wichita.
So who do you guys
Falls.
got? Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Castleberry. I think they have just enough.
Okay.
It's gonna be a tough matchup for them, but I think they have enough to pull it off.
It's going to be a good one.
Top quadrant, Pampa and El Paso, Irvin.
I'm gonna go with Irvin. I think the past, like I said, one of the things is a lot of the Panhandle teams have trouble with that border styles of soccer. And like I said, and they've always, and if you look at some of the teams like St. Eli and Bel Air, they always give trouble to those teams up there in the Pan.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're talking, so.
But who's
we're
also played quality of teams? That's also.
Yeah. we're talking the top. This is the top team out of 3-4A versus the 3 in a very strong 1-4A. So they're tested. I don't know.
Location also comes into play.
I think.
Of course, we don't know where
So
that.
I can give you some
Yeah, you won't
background on Tampa losses to Bridgeport 6-2, Diamond Hill 4-1, Wilmer Hutchins 2-1, 8-1 loss to Montwood,
Yeah,
2-0
that's a 6A though.
2-0 loss to Caprock,
Yeah.
and then the one loss in the district was against Perryton, which was 6-1.
And Irvin's 5 losses were to who again in district?
So let me pull them up really quick.
What's your feelings, Steve?
I'm leaning towards Pampa.
Because I'm pretty sure Irvin had at least one, if not both, to Sanelli.
Yeah,
2 of those 5.
So they have losses to Coronado 3-1.
No, they're district.
District losses. They lost to Harmony Science.
Yeah.
Bowie 1-0. Lost to Mountain View 1-0. They had a 3-2 loss with Bowie.
Yeah.
3-2. So those are close games with Bowie.
So this team, though, and that's why I'm not sure on Irvin because they
They
have
do have a 1-1 tie.
they have
Sure,
very
when
they have
we-
very big extremes, right? They've had some
Yeah.
big wins, but they've also had some stinkers too.
Yeah, they had a loss 1-0 loss to St. Ellie, but they beat St. Ellie on PKs on a 1-1 game. So that's what I'm kind of basing on that.
Does say
They're just the question is where are they right now? Right, is going into the playoffs. Yeah, let's try Irvin. Let's see.
And also they have a 3-1-0 over El Dorado and 3-0 win, 2-1 over El
Yeah,
Paso
but
Austin.
that's good overall. But that's why I was asking their
Yeah.
district losses because that tells me more where they're at probably right now, closer at this time of year.
So we're going with Irvin, it sounds like, and then Wichita Falls, Scott's hometown, current hometown, and coach's former hometown, Bowie, El Paso Bowie.
This is a tough one, man.
yeah. I'm leaning towards Bowie.
I can see a 1-4A regional quarterfinal here on all 1-4A.
Yeah, I think Bowie pulls this one off.
So coming down to the quarterfinals here, Bowie, Irvin.
2 close games in district play, but I think Bowie.
I like Bowie in this. Yeah.
And then probably the favorites against Bowie, but Castleberry or Diamond Hill Jarvis. I think Diamond Hill Jarvis got upset last year around this.
Yeah, Midlothian.
Lothian.
Yeah.
Heritage.
I think they're stronger this year than last year, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like
Diamond
DHJ on this.
Yeah.
And then San Angelo and Lakeview and San Ellie.
Ooh.
St. Ellie.
Yeah, this has PKs written all over it right here. So yeah, I'd say
Sanelli.
Just a little tougher district than District
slight.
2.
Yeah, absolutely. Slight edge, Sanelli.
And then Waxahachie Life and Salado. Waxahachie Life, I believe we debated last time.
This is going to be a good game right here.
I'm not pulling for, but I would select Salado.
Undefeated in district play. I mean, it's very minimal. You're splitting hairs here. You know, they flip-flop their losses and draws overall. Very similar districts. Maybe slightly degree of difficulty in terms of district Salado, probably.
Yeah, Salado. Yeah, I mean they had a 3-1 loss to Leander Rouse. So that shows that they can keep
5A
up
team.
with a 5A team.
Yeah.
Quality 5A team.
Yeah,
Quality,
very strong.
district
5A.
champion.
Yeah.
Lindale and Paris. Sorry, Jacksonville.
Just kick them all the way down.
What do you guys think on this one?
This is probably PKs written all over this one.
I'm leaning towards Paris.
I just
Is 13 a tougher district than 14?
I see the body of work that Paris has done this year. I don't know, plus, non-district, and even then they're still really close. But yeah, I'm kind of with Steve here on this. I see Paris.
Paris. I'll go with Paris.
And then North Dallas and Sunnyvale.
North Dallas has put up a record.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. They look strong, man. They look very strong.
Yeah, North Dallas, yeah.
Oh, wait, I gotta continue going. Palestine and Kilgore.
Great matchup. Great matchup here. Got to be Palestine. Got to be Palestine.
Both these teams already played 27 matches.
Yeah. Got to be Palestine.
It's
Yeah.
a coin flip for me.
It could.
If this, yeah,
If
this is your,
Kilgore-
if you're gonna make it, if you're gonna roll the dice on a bracket buster, here it is. And you can make the argument, well, they're 25-2, but Palestine has just been different level dominant this year, right? As Harry mentioned earlier.
I think the strength of schedule, district-wise, may come into a little bit of this, but I think like I said, for me, I'll give the edge to Palestine. But this is going to be a very challenging game.
Oh, yeah.
Palestine has that culture. They got that experience. They got that,
What about the opponent before? Because you've talked about it in the past where the opponent that you played prior maybe get a little beat up, a little bit more exhausted compared to the other. Does that come into play with either Chapel?
Well,
Hill or
that Sulphur Springs game may take them to a limit.
So this one went to PKs last year.
So now you got to remember though, this will show up more once we get into the regional tournament, right? Where they got to go back to back, where at least here there's some sort of
couple day break.
yeah, travel. This is why we mentioned travel becomes just as much as getting beat. If you're just coming out of a tough match also. So Steve, you were saying what again?
Yeah, so this is a regional quarterfinal match last year. Ended 1-1, went to PKs. Kilgore won 4-3 on PKs. So we're looking at Palestine getting revenge.
Very different Palestine team, I think, this year from last year.
Yeah, so a little revenge here.
Nevada Community and Salina.
This might be a tougher matchup than people think.
This was the regional final last year, Salina and Community.
Maybe this is the year Nevada finally gets revenge.
Yeah, Salina's been, 11-4A champ, but seems like they lost some steam there, right? From coming out of last year. I could see this. I could see Nevada here. I really could.
So then Nevada and Palestine.
And so this is going to be the
Regional semifinal.
so this will be played in Tyler, Region 2. Palestine.
Or would you say Tyler, right?
Not too far
Tyler. Yeah.
for Palestine.
Palestine.
I think this one will be a Palestine win.
And then North Dallas and Paris.
North Dallas. I like North Dallas. That's going to be a good matchup, a very good matchup there.
And on the other side here, El Paso Bowie and Diamond Hills.
I think the end of the road here for the Bears. I think DHJ this is going to be another great matchup in terms of styles. Styles make matchups. This could be a very, very good match to watch.
And this will be in Justin, Texas.
Northwest ISD.
So that could be a factor in the long distance travel
For El Paso?
for El Paso.
I keep telling you guys, don't factor that in with El Paso teams. They're used to it, man. They're used to it. They're road warriors. They're road warriors. Yeah.
And then San Eli and Salado.
Sanelli.
Yeah. And what are we looking at here? Is this our final four? Our state tournament?
Regional finals.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, regional finals here.
Sanelli's going to have their hands full on that one.
These are regional finals?
These
Was
are
that right,
regional
Herb?
finals right here. Yeah.
Is that right?
Regional finals.
Okay. Good.
I think what's going to depend on that game, what happens the night before. Who plays if they whoever
Go
goes
to
to overtime or PKs,
Yeah.
if that's going to drain them out and then do that quick turnaround, unless
Also-
both teams go to both overtimes.
Who gets the early game on Friday?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I think at that point they're just what you see in these regional tournaments, right? There's so much that's thrown into that semifinal. It's everything but the kitchen sink just to make the final. That these tend to be ugly, period, right? The finals tend to be, but if we're looking at these 4 teams, right, in a regional tournament, these are great, phenomenal matchups, and 3. You can argue that if excuse me, if North Dallas is the one with maybe the least level of just recent pedigree, that's saying something, right? Just because you got DHJ, Sanelli, who's clearly been established as a 4A just power. Palestine is a different level this year. I see 3 of these 4 teams I can see winning. What is it? 7 matches all the way to a state final. It's Diamond Hill Jarvis, Sanelli, and Palestine. So I think Palestine over North Dallas. I think here,
So it sounds like you're leaning Palestine
Correct.
just based on history.
just what we're seeing this year. And I just see, Sanelli plays in arguably the toughest 4A district in the state. But Diamond Hill Jarvis, I view Diamond Hill Jarvis a lot like Palestine this year, like just different level, right? Different level than they've recently been. I view them every bit as good, if not better than that team that who they play, Bernie in the final, right? Yeah. I like Diamond Hill.
Palestine and North Dallas do have a common opponent, which is Sulphur Springs. Palestine won that one 2-0. North Dallas lost that one 1-0.
Yeah.
Are those both kind of the category that we had Salina in last year? The girls, I should say. You remember how they were just like above everyone?
Kind of, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've kind of viewed Palestine and Diamond Hill Jarvis. You can make the argument that no school on the boys' side in 4A, no program has been more consistent in the last 3 years than Diamond Hill Jarvis, than DHJ. So,
Yeah, Diamond Hill and Palestine.
All right, and so that would be going to the state. They may not face in the state semifinals, but those would be the 2 that would be go into it. So
this would be one half of our state tournament, then, right?
Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
that's pretty tough.
Yeah.
any thoughts before we do the break to move to regions 3 and 4, known as the Bernie Invitational?
Who do you think? Like, to me, I don't think Palestine is battle tested, because looking at their non-district schedule, they played a lot of
Yeah.
the quote unquote cream puffs.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's going to come back to haunt them, which it has in the past. It's cost them a couple state titles because they ran into a couple teams that have played a tougher,
Right.
which we're gonna see in a bit.
And you've talked about Southwest in their district. I think you mentioned that Palestine has a couple of newer schools not as developed history-wise in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Does that play a part?
Yeah,
I'm not saying that it's inflated the record.
New
The record
programs,
is-
all of that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, because that doesn't help you out. Like when you're winning 14-0, 18. I'm looking at some of the scores: 14-0, 18-0, 13-0. That kind of tells you right there. Okay, so a lot of these are maybe new programs are not very established, or don't have enough. Some of the, I guess those teams are not playing maybe club soccer.
So they haven't been pushed.
Yeah.
And
Haven't been
that
close
becomes
to
the difference, though, right? The difference isn't if they can make it probably to state. It's what happens when they arrive to state, right? I think and the hard part is it's hard to determine that because they're going to get rearranged, they're going to be reshuffled, and the UAL has a way of determining who's their 1, who's their 4.
Because if you look at Diamond Jarvis, they have a 2-1 win over Midlothian Heritage, and that's a quality
win, right?
And and you can see other.
Yeah, I think at that point, I think we just need to see what the matchups would be, right? It's hard to say, but all of that will be discussed in our future upcoming episodes of Inside Texas High School Soccer, because that's precisely why we do it the way we do. for this reason. So yeah, but yeah,
Kind of see the results play out
yeah.
throughout the playoffs and see
exactly.
where we would think they would kind of match up when they play each other.
Right.
So to me, Palestine, just letting you know, you're on the bubble. Just letting you know.
College Promoters USA, founded and located in San Antonio, operates as the only family-owned college recruiting company in Texas that brings a truly professional, local, and face-to-face approach to area high school student athletes and their families. As the lead sponsor and proud supporter of the 50/50 podcast, alongside Coach Hector Cano, College Promoters is proud to be elevating its support for the college soccer recruiting process more than any other service in the country. If your son or daughter is serious about competing in college soccer, call College Promoters USA directly at 210-494-6363 or visit collegepromotersusa.com anytime. College Promoters USA, the best investment a parent can make in their high school student athlete.
And we're back, and thank you for the transition here. Like I said here, had the volume on the entire time in my ear, so it seems like we got the volume issues worked out. Just need to work on Coach Cano and his picking selections a little bit better, but that's a whole separate discussion. Moving on to 4A Regions 3 and 4. We want to give a coach a second to get back.
Yeah, so going back to Region 2, they've had 6 state champions, with the last one being Kilgore in 2018. And now that we're going into Region 3 and Region 4, so for Region 4, 2-time defending champion Bernie. And out of Region 4 for 4A boys, we've had 7 state champions. And jumping over back to Region 3, which we're going to start on, is 2 state champions, I should say, not region champion. 2 state champions for Region 3. The last one being Waco University.
Which was a while back.
A while back, yeah, 2013, so 10 years ago. That was Waco University. I was at that game, actually.
And before we get into the picks here, I do want to highlight the scarves that 50/50 podcast has in the back there. By Global Scarves. Global Scarves is the top provider of custom knitted scarves, beanies, and other fan merchandise in the U.S. All merchandise is fully custom with free design services and free shipping on all orders. You can contact them at info@globalscarves.com to get any free designs or quotes built out of your school or club. And of course, you can use hashtag 5050pod for a discount here. Is that correct, Coach?
Yeah, it'll essentially maybe some savings, or it'll actually kind of make sure you're a priority customer. So our good friends, Mr. Kyle Wall and our good friends at Global Scarves, they'll hook you up. Great stuff, and our scarves making their debut, right? So
Looks good.
So they look better than your picks, my friend. All right, so as always with the District 19, the Houston schools, limited standings for them. So obviously Houston, Washington played more than 3 games for that here. Or I guess if I put it on the board here, you'll be able to see that. So for that here, so Navasota and Houston, Washington. I'm assuming Navasota. I'll make that one for you guys.
Yeah, Navasota.
Yep.
I'll go on the reach. Coach's favorite school, Orange Little Cypress Mauriceville.
Yes.
11-5-2-8-4 versus Livingston.
love saying that. How can you not love saying that? 17 versus 18 here. I don't know. What do you think?
This is the toss-up right here.
The classic 2-3 matchup.
But LCM, I think they'll pull this one off.
No, we don't abbreviate them, Rafa. It's Orange Little Cypress Mauriceville. So
If I had to type it out.
You'd be pulling for Livingston.
Yeah, I was like, Looking at these brackets over here.
Those acceptance.
Houston Fur won, but with 4 games, 2-0 in district, and Bellevue finished 520.
2-0 record.
Yeah, for Houston for
East Chambers and Bridge City.
East
East
Chambers.
Chambers
It's Chamber. Where are they again? Let me see.
in Winnie, Texas.
No. I was trying to find their. I don't know. They just, they had a big season last year, and I don't know. They've seen. They're one that I have a hard time reading this year.
Yeah.
Right. They're kind of, I don't know, almost like the Salina boys. Like they just kind of. I don't want to say that they faltered, I don't know. They just been, to me, they just seem like they've been a little quiet, and I don't quite know what that is. And they find themselves here in that 2-3 matchup. I don't know.
I think experience, says a lot. And just regional semifinalists last year. So I'm okay with them advancing through the by district.
Yeah, good barbecue. So.
Actually, I'm not too sure about it.
That's a fact. I just made it up. It's a fact.
Sure.
Now, if you're talking barbecue, Taylor, Texas, Louis Miller,
Not bad.
some of the best.
Assuming you got them over La Vega.
They had a good run last year, and I think
Yeah,
changing
yeah.
over to Region 3 could be the year to make it
difference.
to Georgetown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they in 4 last year?
There's the one
Yeah.
they got knocked off by
Taylor, right?
Bernie.
Okay.
And they actually, I think Coach Strong mentioned that Taylor had the lead, and Bernie just kind of steamrolled him.
Right.
And that's the one where they rattled off like six in a row,
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah, that's
up.
right. That's right.
Columbia and El Campo looks like an interesting match. 13-7-1, 8-3-1 for Columbia, and El Campo 11-2-1 in district. A 2-3 matchup with records very similar.
Yeah,
I think El
Columbia.
Campo.
I got Columbia.
I think El Campo.
I kind of lean a little bit more. I'm definitely far more familiar with Ocampo, and I know our. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. Coach, is it Nottermeyer? Coach, I apologize. You're on my mind. I just can't get your name right, but he's building something special there, and they've bought in. And this is basically a toss-up, right? This matchup can go either direction, but maybe let's say edge El Campo.
Mejia and Giddings.
Yeah.
The favorite kid, man. My favorite kid, Mejia.
Bay City and Freeport Brazo Sport.
Bay City.
Bay City. Yeah.
Hargrave and Voodor.
Huffman, yeah.
Scarborough and Sealy.
Like Sealy.
Scarborough's got some good. They've had some good programs in the past and some
Yeah.
good runs.
Well,
This is going to be a toss-up game.
all I know is they have 3 wins this year, Coach. So I don't know. I mean,
I think Scarborough.
I got Scarborough.
I got Scarborough on this one.
yeah.
They
You
were
think so?
regional quarterfinal last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick both.
Let's go. Let's see.
Lumbertown and Liberty.
Lumberton.
Royal and Houston, Mickey Leland College Prep.
I can't go against Royal.
Man, Royal. They only had 9 wins this year? That can't be right.
That's all that they reported.
Yeah, I know. That just doesn't seem right. But
Royal
okay.
or Mickey?
Yeah.
Port Lavaca, Calhoun, or Stafford, pardon me.
Stafford.
Stafford. This is your first up 4.
Yeah, there
each
you go.
one.
4 over a 1, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were regional finalists. Or the region champion last year, yeah.
Lorena and LaGrange.
Lorena.
I don't know.
Needville and Columbus.
Where'd they go? Oh, they're there.
Neville.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Manor, New Tech, and Robinson. Interesting matchup here, it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Manor.
Yeah, make New Tech.
Probably look at the districts on this one, maybe a little bit. But yeah. Yeah.
They're in Manor New Tech, the same district with Taylor.
Right.
Brownsville, Idea, Riverview, and Edinburgh.
Brownsville.
CC London and North Mission.
London.
Alamo Idea and Brownsville Idea Sports Park.
Man. They might have Orange beat. That's a long shit.
If you spell idea out, right?
I don't know.
Who is the better soccer, Alamo or Brownsville?
I have no
You're
idea.
Brownsville.
Brownsville. So I'm gonna go with Sports Park.
Never go against Brownsville. That's
Go
Rafa's
with the
third.
team with sports in their name.
Vanguard Academy, Rembrandt, and Ingleside.
This is an interesting matchup here.
Ingleside, man.
Ingleside,
yeah.
they're up and comer.
Yeah, they've been consistent all year. They've been in a lot of battles, and they've just,
So
kind of like what I was
4-1.
saying. Kind of like what I was saying with Gonzalez would not be with. Don't buy into those losses, right? Because there's more to it. I like Ingleside.
Just 4-1.
4-1. Blame it on Steve.
Kind of shocked by that one because from everything that I've read, Vanguard's done very well.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not a knock on them
no,
whatsoever.
I
Yeah.
Uvalde and Kennedy, the Rockets.
Kennedy for me.
But as of late, Uvalde's really turned the
Uvalde's
season.
came on.
They've lost some to quality teams. I mean, but
These districts are similar too.
yeah,
That's the tricky part.
I got Kennedy.
I'd say Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Kennedy.
Uvalde.
Now this is an interesting matchup right here. So
Marble Falls and Wimberley.
I got Marble Falls.
because Wimberley the thing with Wimberley is they've been up and down a lot this year. But I don't know, 26
It's going to be a close
again, 26
1 versus
4A.
4, but I still say the one takes this one.
And I don't Marble Falls in terms of that experience level, that pedigree, I don't, it's
Marble Falls. They did beat Canyon Lake 5-0. They beat New Tech 2-1. They do have losses with Temple and Bastrop, which
Yeah.
playing, but they do also have a loss to Liberty Hill 2-1, which is. But the one thing is the district was.
It's top
not-
heavy, right? It's them and then everyone else, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I
The
mean.
only game they lost to was Austin Achieve, which is the 4-3.
See,
they
and
lost
that's
them twice.
and that's the difference in terms of being of the battle tested piece. Look at those district schedules. I mean, those district records, I should say.
But we've talked about Wimberley all year that they've just never put it together.
Inconsistent. Yeah.
And hopefully, maybe because of injuries, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Grades.
But I can tell you right now, if I'm Marble Falls, that is not a 4 seed that I
You
want
wanna
to be
face
playing
Rock.
in the by district round. No. So,
So we're going with Wimberley.
what do you guys think?
I got Marble Falls.
Yeah. Steve just picks district champs. So, let's see.
And barbecue.
Oh yeah, sorry. Almost forgot. Who this is? They would match up. The winner of this match is with Kennedy. Marble Falls.
But this is going to be a close game.
So they have to prove it though, right?
they're
That's
gonna-
the thing.
they're
They
gonna
have to prove it. They have to prove it. So yeah. So
This weekend.
So here's another one: Lavernia and Pleasanton.
Lavernia.
I think Lavernia. I think they learned from last year's first round loss. I think they'll be ready to go.
And we're just advancing Bernie, right?
Right.
Sorry, Burnett.
Good luck.
Hidalgo and Rockport Fulton.
Hidalgo.
Progresso and Brownsville Harmony School of Innovation Soccer. I didn't
Progresso.
put soccer in
is there really a soccer at the end of that?
Yes.
There is. Oh
Is it
wow.
really?
Hopefully they're not recruiting players.
Yeah. Progresso.
Progresso.
Are you sure? You sure? That's it says Brownsville in the name. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Beeville Jones and Far Idea.
Beeville Jones.
Jones.
And I know you're going Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Yeah, they'll beat Westlake.
Davenport and Lago Vista.
Davenport.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Memorial over Hondo. And, congratulations to Hondo's second-year program. But
Congrats.
and then the top, Austin Achieve and Fredericksburg. This is the one where you guys have talked about earlier before with Austin Achieve. But 26, you're saying is tougher.
Well, Fredericksburg. Who was that? trying to remember who finished ahead of them. I'm trying to because they're in that third spot. Fredericksburg should be a bigger story, I think, this year.
Davenport was ahead of
It was
them.
Davenport and then Bernie, right? So, and that's the only reason why I think a more experienced. This is a Fredericksburg team that I think should be, that is kind of under the radar.
Now here's Austin and Chief. This is their losses: 2-0 versus Taylor, and this is going to surprise you here. A 2-1 loss to Austin Bowie. Which
When was that? When was that?
that was back in January. And then they had losses to Buda Johnson, College Station. They did tie Salado.
Tough,
and
close
then
matches.
A lot close matches. 1-1 loss, 1-0 losses, and then 1-0 loss to Austin McCallum, and then they did lose to Kerrville Tivy, and then they have a 1-0 loss to Marble Falls.
It's a toss-up.
Body of work. Maybe it's Austin the Chiefs time.
I think Achieve, though. After hearing those results,
Yeah.
battle tested.
Yeah. You know, to lose Austin Bowie 2-1.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they have, like I said, they have 26 seniors in that squad.
It's saying something, but I think you look at the math, do the math on that in terms of Davenport and Bernie, right, in Fredericksburg's district, and yet look at how many, and yet they only have 3 losses. So something to think about.
Do we know where the game's being played?
No.
It says neutral. It could be probably Drippy Springs or San Marcos or Buda.
Floresville and Fox Tech.
Floresville,
Yeah.
not Decla. Floresville.
So then coming back down, Floresville and Austin Achieve.
I think Austin and Chief wins this one.
Yeah.
So if it's Fredericksburg, do you say Floresville over Fredericksburg, or do you go in
I
the
still
winner
think
of
it's
that match?
Fredericksburg.
I would think Fredericksburg. Yeah. I think the winner of that game will advance to the Sweet 16.
We give up on. Oh, there it is.
Memorial and Davenport.
I've seen both teams play. Davenport, just a little better pedigree.
Yeah.
But good year by Memorial.
Yeah.
Be careful with a 3-0 lead, right?
Yeah, that lead, that game, Davenport against Edison.
Yeah.
That kudos to Edison.
Edison,
They didn't quit, but I think Davenport's kind of learns their lesson from that to keep on playing. So I think their coach will have them ready to go here.
Brownsville Jubilee and Beeville Jones. Record-wise, pretty close.
Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee.
And Progresso and Hidalgo.
That's a monster game there.
Already. Yeah.
Those are probably the two, I think the two best 4A teams in the Valley.
Yeah.
You know,
One of those has beat Bernie. Who was it? Was that Hidalgo? I think it's Hidalgo that beat Bernie early this year in the tournament.
I believe so.
You said Hidalgo?
I'm going to go Hidalgo in this. I'm pretty sure it's Hidalgo, but I think I'm going to go Hidalgo.
No, they tied 0-0.
Was it a tie? Maybe it's Progresso then that beat
January
him.
20th.
I thought it was Hidalgo that beat him though.
Now Hidalgo does have a tough game, loss to Brownsville Rivera, who's one of the favorites there in the Valley.
No Los Resnos.
Oh, that's another.
Well, no, away tournament, January 21st, 3-0 loss to Hidalgo, yes.
Who, Bernie?
Bernie.
Yeah.
It's not listed on
That
here.
was on the fun, yeah, so they, on the 20, well, it says on the 21st, they lost Los Resnos 1-0.
Okay, I see it here. Yeah, the 3-0 win.
Indomitas, and then I'm assuming it's the championship
play-
of the final.
They played twice already.
Yeah, so it's a big win. Big win for Hidalgo. I mean, no telling, no disrespect to them, no telling if Bernie was missing anybody. But yeah, so you cannot ignore that. I think runner up or not in 34A.
So we're going Hidalgo?
Yeah, and both of these are traditionally there.
Solid, yeah.
Solid teams.
Bernie and Lavernia, I'm assuming still Bernie.
Bernie.
Marble Falls and Kennedy, I know there was some discussion with Marble Falls and Wimberley.
I think Marble
Marble
Falls.
Falls.
Ingleside and Brownsville Idea Sports Park.
Sports Park.
And London and Riverview.
Close one, but it would be London.
Yeah.
Needville and New Tech.
Needville.
Yeah, Needville.
What are they in? 9-1 and 2. Good.
Stafford and Lorena.
Good
Lorena.
matchup, man.
Lumberton and Royal.
Lumberton.
Huffman or Scarborough.
Huffman.
Mahia and Bay City.
The Black Hat.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Black
Hats.
Hats.
Yep. Mejia, man, my favorite kit. The SAFC mini kit.
Taylor and El Campo.
Taylor.
Fur or Winnie East Chambers. I know both of you are, all of us are kind of mixed on either one of these.
Winnie.
Cha-
Yeah.
And Navasado or
Orange Little
Orangeville,
Cypress, Mauriceville. Yeah.
Navasota.
Navasota.
I just wanted to say orange again, just in case I don't get to say it later.
Well, that's it, because we've done the boys and the girls, unless there's another one.
I don't think there's another one.
I'll mention them again in 6A.
Navasado and Winnie East Chambers.
I think Navasota.
Navasota.
Soda.
Taylor and Mejia.
I think this is Taylor's year.
It's the year of the Ducks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hargrave and Lumberton.
I think they've met in the past a couple times, and I think I'm not too sure. I think Lumberton beat them in PKs.
It's a good
But
matchup.
it's a good matchup.
New Lord of Pumpkin said London finished the district 16-0. The records that we got are from Max Prep, and they may not be all 100% updated, but thank
Right.
you on that.
I'll give this one Lumberton an edge on this one. It'll be a close one.
Lumberton.
And then Lorena and Needville.
I'm going to go Lorena.
I think Lorena pulls off the upset.
So now so this I need to update these here. So the Elite Eight is the regional
Regional
quarterfinals or regional semifinals, pardon me. So I'll have to have that updated.
Now, your true Elite 8 should be your regional final.
Yeah.
Final. Yeah.
So
I say Taylor on this one.
Yeah, Taylor.
and then Lumberton and Lorena.
Lumberton. And Ducks. Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
Brownsville Idea Sports Park and London, who were 16-0 in district.
I'll go with London.
Bernie and Marble Falls.
Bernie. Yeah.
Brownsville Jubilee and Hidalgo.
Hidalgo.
And Achieve and Davenport.
Good matchup here.
I'm gonna stick with the Chief.
I think Davenport.
Yeah.
I think Davenport. I think just a little tougher district, just because they played Bernie twice. I think that's
Who won?
How did they fare against
Who's the district champion in 25? There in 25-4A, ahead of Achieve.
I think that would be
That's what the part I was trying to look up again.
Marble Falls. And their mascot are the polar bears.
Oh, nice. I think
They have two, like I said, that 2-0 loss, with Taylor and Bowie.
yeah.
I got a
Let's
Chief.
say.
Rafa says Davenport.
I'm gonna say Achieve. I'm gonna say Achieve, going further than the district champion, which we see. That's not uncommon.
Well, depends on matchups.
Yeah, exactly. And now we're in our, what is this, our regional final here? Or
Semifinal.
Regional
semifinal? Okay. There we are.
So Austin Achieve or Hidalgo?
Hidalgo.
Oh, a Chief could.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You kind of go down that slippery slope with the Chief. That's why I'm not. I don't know. It's a tough one.
I got Hidalgo.
What are you thinking?
My heart says Hidalgo, but my brain says Achieve.
Yeah.
I think you got to give maybe the edge to Hidalgo because coach,
They've been there.
they've been there.
I'd say-
They got a state title.
I'd be-
Chief hasn't
yeah.
yet.
And where's the regional for this? Still in
This is in
Corpus?
Corpus.
Corpus, Cabinet.
So it'd be a little.
Does that favor Hidalgo? Because
Yes.
they're used to the wind and stuff from the valley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
guess
gonna
so.
I'm gonna give them the little edge because they
Yeah.
have the coaching experience. You
It's
know, he's
probably-
been there.
It's an hour drive closer for Hidalgo than it would be for
Austin and Chief.
Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie wins
Bernie.
this one, even though it's
No discussion at all.
even though it's on the backyard of for London.
Yeah.
Bernie.
No.
Bernie's played in all conditions, all situations. They're
And two-time state.
Coach Strong will have them. Coach Strong will have them.
It's just to me, it seems like London does have a good team now.
Do.
Bernie's a
They do.
different animal.
Yeah.
So this would be your regional finals?
Regional final.
Taylor and Lumberton, and Hidalgo and Bernie.
Taylor.
Stronger district, Taylor. Just a matter, obviously, who's healthy. You cannot ignore injuries, obviously. Who avoids the injury bug? And yeah, Bernie gets kind of their partial revenge here, I guess.
Because these two are played back to back, right? So
Yeah.
Yep.
is there an advantage playing Marble Falls? Well, not Marble Falls, but London or Austin Achieve for either one of these? you think?
Well, you have to remember at the 4A level, that's usually the big separator is depth,
Right.
Just the numbers.
So Bernie
So,
has depth.
so to make up for that lack of usually depth in terms of numbers, it's heavy on the experience, right? So, and that's what Bernie has.
So that's what we're going with as far as the two state semifinalists.
Good deal. Looks good.
So Region 1, Diamond Hill. Region 2, Palestine.
3 Taylor.
3, Taylor. And Region 4, Bernie. So that's 4A boys.
Good deal. Awesome. That concludes 4A, right? So probably a quicker turnaround, right? So we can get started with 5A. So, yeah, good deal.
All right, we'll see you in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.